give Nick a new computer and he screws up the lighting instantly.
It wasn't even my fault.
Okay, so if you guys haven't heard, Nick is back. He's back with the team and he needed a computer. And I was like, well, take that one. And I'm really sad because it's so pretty and stuff. I mean, I really like this computer. The problem is, even though it's a 6800 XT, I am running 4K on giant, and don't look how messy my desk is. This is gonna be the most ROG shilly video I think we've ever made.
You're right, I forgot about your
unintentionally. So, okay, anyway, I don't want this tower anymore. I wanna build myself a 5900X build because of the, yeah, I gave him a 5950X and I'm going 5900X because it's better at gaming. You get better FPS on a 5900X. So we're gonna get my Threadripper out of here. Go, go, go! He's onto me! Corsair's 4000D AF delivers optimized front panel airflow and maximum cooling for your PC, and with its built-in rapid route cable management keeps your system looking tidy while also staying extremely cool. The equipped Corsair 120 Air Guide fans provide directed airflow, allowing you to fine-tune the components you want to keep cool. To see the full list of features and configurations for the Corsair 4000D and 4000D AF, click the link in the description below. So as I started to say, this is gonna seem like the most ROG shilly video ever. It just happened to work out this way. They didn't ask this, they didn't sponsor this or anything. It's just the way it is. So my workstation build, workstation, really the only station about my work build is my action stations when I'm playing World of Warships. These are parts we just had laying around, you know, so that we could do a build here. No, honestly, the Threadripper build has been great. It's been a long-term test in doing air cooling on there because that is a Be Quiet TR4 cooler, and the Dark Rock Pro TR4. It's been amazing. But, you know, for somebody that's an FPS snob, we had to go with the 3090 Strix, which at this point, I could probably buy a house for the price I could sell this for, or at least a small used car. We also are gonna be throwing that in the Crosshair 8 formula, not the dark, which is kind of funny because now I kind of wish I had the dark board, which is the one that Nick's got in his build. Because that one allows us to do like turbo core or turbo clock overclocking and then all core overclocking independently of each other, which this board doesn't allow me to do. That's fine. I really don't care about doing any real overclocks on that. In terms of the power supply, we are going to be using an EVGA 1000 G2, and these cables right here, these are some really old custom cables that I had made for Skunkworks back when it was running 3 Titan X's in Titan X Maxwell cards in 3-way SLI back when it was still working. And these are the custom cables I had for it because it was an orange themed build. So this is gonna be a white, black, and orange theme. And then of course, when I said that to Nick, he's like, oh, it's Asimov all over again. Counter-Strike days, right? Quite literally, when I say these are parts I just had laying around, it is the truth. Like this power supply goes way back. You guys remember when EVGA made the red ports and the red cables for the PCIe? Yeah, this is like 5 or 6 year old power supply. It's not dirty because it's never really been used, so it's time for it to finally be used. In terms of cooling, I had really debated doing a custom loop in this, but I just did all that on the other build. That's the one that you saw that Nick was on in there. Yeah, that turned out phenomenal, and I look at it and I'm like, I want that one, but it's okay. My builds at work tend to be a little bit more reasonable these days. So I chose a case that I think would be something much more in people's alley or wheelhouse in terms of price. This is the Be Quiet Dark Base 700. This is the white edition. It's a special edition. I don't know if they still make it. We got this several years ago. We finally took it out of the box. The other thing too is it's got edge lighting built into the case, so I'll be able to make the lighting in here orange. We're also gonna be using, people, 3 million of them, no, 3.1 million of them. I figure we'll just go ahead and use some UniFans, why not? I mean, we don't have that many of them, but that's fine. It gives me a chance to actually finally use the white UniFans. We'll put the white UniFans on the RYUJIN, which I didn't even mention yet. We're using the ROG RYUJIN 360 AIO. Even though it comes with great fans, they're made in collaboration with Noctua. They're essentially black PPC fans. We are gonna be putting in the UniFans in here because I just want it to be as much white in there as possible. And we'll probably do a mix of like 140s for the front and then the 360s for the top. And then I guess what we'll do is we'll just take you guys along for the ride. And then in terms of memory, because I forgot to grab it, let me go get some, hold on. I'll just go ahead and use some Dominator Platinum RGB 32GB DIMMs we just had laying around. I was right. We did have more UniFans somewhere. I thought so. I was like, there's no way I would have only been stuck with that many. So I've got 3 140s, so we'll do 2 in the front, 1 on the top, or 1 in the back, and then 3 120s on the top for the AAO. Okay, that's perfect. Nick just organized all this. That works. Okay. All right, so I guess we'll just let Phil do his thing while I build. I think in hindsight, I might have just gone with all black cables because then I could have made it any color that I want. But as you can see, I sort of made them like a yellowy gold sort of a color. The Dominator Platinum with this Compellix LEDs there, we just have it on sort of like a Tetris mode, which is kind of cool looking. I haven't turned on the display yet for the RYUJIN cooler because it's right next to the motherboard display. And so I'll probably put an animated GIF on there of me doing something stupid like the ugly face or whatever, or this one, the ugly face. But the 3090's in here, it's funny, it looks like it's sagging, but it's not. Like, this is interesting. Like, it looks like it's curved down. I think it's just the way the cooler is. This part's a little bit loose-ish. So I tried tightening it up with it's like the screw's too long, where the screw was bottoming out before it pushes that down. I don't think that's helping. But I think the white looks really good. I was concerned about airflow in this chassis because the top, as you can see, is really solid. It's just got these few vents right here, but there's quite the gap between the top of the radiator and the rear of the case. And if you look at the rear of the chassis here, you can see on the back that it's got this vent pushing out the back. So it's kind of nice. Instead of all the heat coming straight up, you got some coming out right here and all of it going out the rear. We already ran some temperature tests on this. It definitely is running cool. It's going like 55°C under full load. So the RYUJIN cooler is definitely doing its job. I've got a lot of software optimizations to do on this though, because I need to update the chipset, obviously for this particular motherboard. Windows has like reinstalled its drivers and stuff based on what's in here. But at the end of the day, got my new 12 core, 24 thread, 5900X with an RTX 3090 and 32 gigabytes of DDR4, you know, not much, but it's mine. You know, all my UniFans in there. It's kind of loud right now, I've got it on full speed. I also did wire them into the case fan controller itself right here, so I can turn the fans down right here. It's auto 1, 2, and 3. I do have it set to performance on the controller. And then we can control the case lighting with this button right here. It's green. I really wanted to do like a slime green build with this, but my green cables on Skunkworks wouldn't have worked. There's orange. So it's Be Quiet orange, it's Ryzen orange. It's funny, everyone calls me such a shill for Intel and NVIDIA. Well, I mean, NVIDIA's in there, but we have more AMD CPUs hanging around than we do any other brand. And let's face it, Intel didn't really have anything worth putting in here, if you want to know the truth. And we have a 10900K. We don't know what 11th gen holds yet. That's like next week, I guess we find something out about that. But this basically just gave me an opportunity to make another video about showing you guys, look, The S-frame build that's coming in the future is gonna be pretty over the top ridiculous. I plan on buying a 3D printer so I can actually make some stuff that I wanna do for that. Things like Black Ice and the crazy build that Nick is on right now with the AMD, all the water-cooled stuff. You don't have to do that. That's fun, and that's something I do because it's a hobby of mine. But literally, everything that is sitting in here is off the shelf, nothing custom. Just took my time to wire it all nice and neat. I mean, I guess the cables were custom ordered on a build I did like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But other than that, everything else is just bolt in here. There's nothing crazy or custom about it, and you can look great. I mean, it helps too that there's this kind of an ROG ecosystem sort of going on here. That was totally by chance. But hey, since all this stuff's in there, why don't you guys go ahead and go down below in the description. You'll find a list of parts, including all the ASUS ROG stuff that we stuck in here, and latest versions of it, because some of it's a little bit old. Like there's the dark version now of this motherboard. As for the coolers and stuff, I'm not sure if there's newer versions. I'm sure there are. We'll put the stuff down in the description below so you guys can see exactly what went in here. And as you can see, it looks fantastic. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.